What up, what up, what up, New York Giant Nation? It's your boy, MacDaGiantsFan, coming back at y'all with another edition of Beer and a Story, the Super Bowl series, part 2. The story today will be featuring New York Giants versus the Buffalo Bills in Super Bowl 25. While I'm telling this story today, I'll be sipping on an IPA from the Evil Genius Brewery called Stacy's Mom. Go ahead and get this thing poured up. Yeah, baby. You know how I'm about that pour. I gotta get it right every time. Try to nail it anyway. Yeah, get that good head on there, you know what I mean? Woo! Good enough, good enough, good enough. They can't all be winners. And take this first sip, see what this thing hitting for. Ooh. Oh, that's nice. Stacy's moms? I like you, Stacy's moms. I like the wife, you, Stacy. Because mama got it going on. Stacy's mom has got it going on. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's a nice Indian Pale Ale. IPA. For short. I don't know much about the Evil Genius beer company, but they off to a good start with me with this Stacy's Mom. And they got another beer that I tried and enjoyed called Adulting, which is another IPA that they make. Pretty tasty beer. I can vouch for that one already because I've already enjoyed that one. But let's go ahead and get on into this game now. So it was January 27th, 1991. And there was a bit of a dark cloud over the country. For anyone who doesn't know, man, this game took place while we were involved with the Gulf War. So obviously, as far as the NFL was concerned, the show still had to go on, obviously. It's a Super Bowl, you know what I mean? But for security reasons, the NFL did eliminate the bye week in between the championship games, the conference championship games. So literally 1 week removed from an absolute brutal game against the 49ers in the NFC Conference Championship, the Giants had to come out here and play the Bills literally the following week. And I mean, the Bills also had their conference championship game also against the Raiders the week prior. But that's pretty much, they pretty much handled the Raiders as they absolutely destroyed them, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, that was a drubbing. But the Bills, for what it was worth, was the best team in the NFL that season. So, it was what it was. But, I was 13 years old at the time. And, I mean, even though I was being 13, I was still pretty young and everything. But I still understood the magnitude of what was going on in the world. Obviously, everyone's main concern was with the troops who was making the ultimate sacrifice in the Middle East. But, however, man, I'm a Giants fan all the way true blue. And come later on that evening, my full attention was going to be on the New York Giants. Straight up, the New York football Giants was going to have my full undivided attention later on that evening, at least for a few hours. You know what I mean? That's just how it had to be. This beer is so good. This could become an everyday beer for me. And seeing how my favorite beer no longer gets brewed, yeah, this might just be an everyday look for me. I can get down with Stacy's mom. So now we're approaching game time. Whitney Houston steps on the field and performed, in my opinion, totally my opinion. I'm not, I don't want nobody to jump off the deep end. But in my opinion, she came on that field and performed the absolute best rendition of the National Anthem that I've ever heard, still to this day. I mean, I think she was clearly charged up in the moment, everything that was going on with the country, you know what I mean? Like I said, we were in the middle of a war, and she made it her personal duty to go out there and absolutely slay the National Anthem. And I'm talking about slay that thing. And she absolutely did. She damn sure slayed the anthem. And to this day, like I said, I don't think anyone's done it better, in my opinion. Absolute legendary performance. And if you haven't seen it, I'd recommend you look it up and just check it out, just so you know I'm not tripping. Absolutely legendary performance. Now, these two teams came into this game sporting an identical 13-3 record. However, the Bills were a touchdown favorite for a reason. I mean, their offense was explosive after all, man. They have 4 future Hall of Famers on their offense alone. And then the G-Man was coming in here with a backup quarterback. So, you know what I mean? Just that alone. I mean, Hostetler played great for us throughout the playoffs. He finished the regular season up strong, you know what I mean? But at the same time, he's still a backup quarterback. And we was going against the best team in football. So, just anything could have happened in that moment. So here we go. The game finally kicks off. And the difference in styles between these two teams couldn't be more evident, man. Like, the Bills had the ball first. The Giants' rock-solid defense forced a punt. And then the Giants would put their cards right on the table, right from the door. Basically saying, this is what we plan on doing all night to y'all jokers. And as they went on a 10-play, 6-minute drive.
6 minutes, they get French your own.
And came up with a field goal. Unfortunately, the Bills would get the ball back and strike back quick, ending the first quarter all knotted up at 3. It's a very tasty IPA, man. My IPA lovers, Stacy's mom is where it's at, Evil Genius Brewery. I'm telling you, look that up. This is a very tasty IPA. For any of y'all IPA guys, ladies, I'm sorry, I don't mean to exclude y'all, but any of my IPA people, yeah, this Stacy's mom is where it's at. Evil Genius. Yeah, Evil Genius. So they got me almost dropping the bottle. Right, so now we in the second quarter, man. Unfortunately for the Giants, the Bills done found their groove, man. They would score an early touchdown to take a 10-3 lead early in the quarter. After trading punts a couple of times, the Bills had the Giants pinned deep in their territory. And that's when Jeff Hostetler would then make possibly the most underrated play of this game, man. Even though it resulted in points for the Bills. Yeah, I said it. It results in points for the Bills. But it was a huge play by Hostetler. As the legendary Bruce Smith closed in on him, had him all wrapped up in the end zone, was doing everything he could to strip that ball from Haas. But Haas wouldn't let that thing go, man. He would not let that ball go. He did end up surrendering their safety and gave him the 2 points, but not a touchdown, which would have made the end of this story much different. much different. And, you know, but later on in that quarter, later on in the second, before halftime, Giants will drive downfield again, score a touchdown. We're going to the locker room trailing 12-10 at halftime. Here we go, baby. Now we coming back out from halftime, man. Halftime's over and the Giants was getting the ball first. Now you gotta remember, the Giants ended the first half with a 4-minute touchdown drive. They would open the third with what was at the time a record-setting 14-play, 75-yard touchdown drive that would eat up 9 minutes. Yes, I said 9 minutes and 29 seconds. Probably the most epic drive in Super Bowl history. I could be a little biased on that, but I mean, keeping it all the way real, it was epic. Probably the most epic drive of Super Bowl history, like I said. And it was highlighted by one of the greatest plays in the game's history. On a 3rd and 13, Mark Ingram would take a short pass, and 5 broken tackles later, He picked up 14 yards on the play and secured a critical first down. O.J. Anderson, soon to be Super Bowl MVP, will cap off the drive with a 1-yard touchdown. What was fascinating about this whole situation was the Bills' offense literally had not been on the field for almost 2 hours real time when you include the halftime show and everything else. So between the Giants' last drive in the second quarter, halftime, and then this opening drive to start the third quarter, the Bills' offense literally had been off the field for close to 2 hours of real time. So needless to say, they never really got in sync in the third. And the quarter would end with the Giants up 17-12. All right, man. So here in this fourth quarter, man, and the Bills, man, these jokers was crazy, man. They would score quick to retake the lead and go up 19-17 early in the fourth. Then they had to kick the ball back to the Giants. And all New York would do is respond with another 14-play, 74-yard drive that would take off 7.5 more minutes and tag on a field goal, take a 20-19 lead. After trading punts again, the Bills would get one last chance, and they tried to make the most of it. Jim Kelly would lead them down to the 29-yard line with 8 seconds left. And a Scott Norwood for what I thought was getting ready to be the absolute kill shot, and I thought it was going to break my heart. But when that ball went off his foot, I saw the sail right, and he missed that field goal, and that would be the end of the game. 20-19, the New York Football Giants, Super Bowl 25 champs. That confetti started to drop once again 4 years later, baby. True blue. Now, this is still to this day, one of the most competitive and best Super Bowl games ever played. Once again, I may be a little biased in that, but I think most people agree that this was one of the best Super Bowls ever played. The New York Giants took that phrase, control the clock, to a whole new level. The Giants will win time of possession battle by more than 20 minutes. That is crazy. That is unheard of. It's absolutely nuts. And for it to happen in a Super Bowl, it's absolutely bananas, man. Literally had the ball for 22 minutes in the second half. Yes, I said 22 minutes in the second half out of 30 minutes. That means the Bills only had the ball for 8 minutes the entire second half, and they still almost busted our ass. That's how good they were. Just to throw that out there, put it in a little perspective. That's how good they were. They still almost beat us, and they only touched the ball 8 minutes in the whole entire second half of the game. And had the Bills won this game, I got to give a shout out to Thurman Thomas, man. He would have been a slam dunk for the MVP because he had a great game, and I can't admit that he was the best individual performer in this game. But his team came up short. I mean, or should I say a little wide to the right.
Oh, rim shot!
All right, so I'm just sitting here enjoying this tasty treat right here. This Stacy's mom, man. Like I said, IPA lovers, I recommend it. Absolutely, Stacy's mom is definitely the bomb. This is getting ready to potentially be an everyday beer for the bull. Like legit, I could drink that. This is a beer I could drink every single day of the week and twice on Sundays. So I highly recommend it if you're down with the IPAs like I am. I mean, I love IPAs, and this is a very good one. I also recommend this one right here from Evil Genius Brewing Company, a hashtag adulting. Another very tasty treat. So definitely get up in there with that, man. You know what I mean? It's my first time enjoying Stacy's mom, and it won't be my last. And I've definitely been enjoying adulting for a little while now.
You living life, you've been out here for 4 decades and some, bro.
That's what's up. It's popping. I recommend Evil Genius Brewery. They seem like they do good work there. But as for the final wrap up of this game, It is what it is. Super Bowl 25, man. New York Giants, Big Blue, True Blue. I couldn't ask for more. I couldn't ask for better. Like they went out there with a game plan and they executed that game plan. I mean, this game. Another thing about this game, there was actually several Hall of Famers in this game that at least had something to do with either one of these two teams. I mean, for the Bills, they had five Hall of Fame players playing in this game. Five current players that are currently in the NFL Hall of Fame right now played in this game for the Buffalo Bills. Four on offense and one on defense. I mean, you're talking about Jim Kelly, James Lofton, Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed, and that was their Hall of Famers they had on their offensive side of the football. Yeah, you wonder why they went to 4 straight Super Bowls? Why they were so damn good? That's a big reason why. Then on defense, they had Bruce Smith on defense. That obviously he's just Bruce Smith. He's a legend. I idolized that guy when I was younger. Even though he played for Buffalo, I still idolized the guy. The Giants, we had a couple too. We had a few, we had LT as far as the only player we had, Hall of Fame player we had at the current time was Lawrence Taylor. We had Bill Parcells, who's now in the Hall of Fame, coaching us. Had a couple of Bill Belichick will be in the Hall of Fame. He was our defensive coordinator. Pretty sure Tom Coughlin's going to be in the Hall of Fame. He was actually the wide receivers coach. Wellington Mara was the owner. George Young, GM. On the Buffalo Bills side of things, they had their head coach also was in the Hall of Fame. Marv Levy is also a Hall of Fame head coach. So this game was pretty star-studded in a sense. You know what I mean? Two very good football teams, two very different football teams, but two very good football teams. Probably, like I said, one of the better Super Bowl matchups that never gets talked about when it comes to the history, but that's because you got people like Tom Brady doing great, amazing, ridiculous things we've never seen before. So, it is what it is. That's going to definitely do it for this edition of Beer and a Story, Super Bowl edition, Part 2. Peace! I'd like to thank you all for listening. If you was feeling this, please take time to subscribe and smack them likes. Feel free to drop a comment and let me know what you think. Don't forget to ring that bell so you know when I'm dropping new content. It's your boy, MacDaGiantsFan. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at MacDaGiantsFan. That's MacDA GiantsFan. I'm going to just take one more sip for you.